Hi everyone, this is going to the next lecture or the lecture number 5 of this chapter named as the triangle of class 10th, in which I am going to discuss the NCRT question along with the concept that we required or need to solve this question. So today I am going to talk or solve about exercise 6.3, in which I am going to discuss the question number 2, 3 and 4. If you will say why you are not discussing the question number 1, so I am not discussing the question number 1 because the question number 1 is very easy and easy. This is why I would not like to waste the time in discussing such question. So already I have discussed the concept of BPT, which you in the first video, in the concept of, and also about the what is the meaning of similarity and congruency. So in this video I am going to only discuss or teach about the concept of similarity, and then already, because I already have discussed the concept of BPT, and now then I will solve the question over this concept. So what is the meaning of similarity? As you know, so we have the three form through which you could say that two triangles are the similar. We have the three rule. First rule is the side. If the ratio of the three side of the two triangles are equal, then we will call these triangles are the similar. And the another we have the side, and the third or last we have the angle, and this rule is also called the angle. And this rule is the same, because when the two angle of a triangle are equal, then third will also remain equal, because the sum of three angle is the 180. So now I am going to discuss or understand the meaning of all those rules. Then I will go over solving this question. So now make a triangle, name as the A and B and C. Now we have the another triangle, name as the P, Q and then R. Let's suppose this one angle and this one angle. So angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle A is equal to angle D, and angle C is equal to angle R. So as you are able to see that all three angles are equal, then we will call these two triangles are similar. So we could write like this: angle A, B, C is similar to, this is the sign of similarity. As you know that angle B is equal to angle D, then you have to write at the place of B, you have to write the D. And as you know that so in this no so as you know that angle A is equal to angle A, this one angle is equal to D. So as we know that A is written at the first place, so you have to write the D at the first place. And we know that angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle B is written at the second place, so you have to write Q at the second place, and this one R. So like this you will say that triangle A BC is similar to triangle DQR. So what do you mean by this thing? When you get that angle ABC is similar to triangle DQR, so what can you say? Through this you could say the many things, like angle A is equal to angle D first place at the first place, and angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle C is equal to angle R, and you will name, as you could say that, by the concept of CPST, congruent part of similar triangle. And many other thing you could also say that the A by B or AB by DQ is equal to BC, the first two, then BC by QR, and then AC by DR. This thing you could say when you will see that the two triangles are similar. So you have to write, how can you say due to the CPST, congruent part of similar triangle. So this thing you could say when the two triangles are congruent. Now as we studied the one rule, which is the angle, and this is same as the angle, and now studying the third and the first and second rule. So now again we have to construct the two triangle to understand what is the meaning of those. So as we have the two triangle, this one, and this one we have the two triangle name as the A, B, C, and then P, Q and R. So as we have to prove that, we have to understand the meaning of SSS. So what do you meaning of SSS? Let's suppose we have the side, this one is the 2x, and this side is also a 2x, and this side is the 3x, and this side is also 3x, and this is the 4x, like the 5x, and this is the 5x. So why I am writing the x with these sides? So as we have to understood that in the concept of, in if you are learning the concept of similarity, then you have to see that similarity talks about the ratios, not exact size. If we have to write the 3x and then 3x, that means the ratio of this side is equal to this side. Note the exact length of the BC is the 3 and the exact length of the QR is the 3. I am talking about the ratios. So you have to understand that ratio of this side AB is equal to the side PQ, and the ratio of side AC is equal to the side PR. So you have to understand that I am talking about the ratio, not the exact length. So you will say that in this case triangle A BC is similar to triangle PQR, and then again using the BPT you could write that angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle C is equal to angle R. And another thing which you could write using the CPST, which is AB by PQ, which is equal to BC by QR, and then AC by PR. This thing you could write using the CPST. When the two triangles are similar, then this thing you could write. And now the another rule which we have to study, which is the side angle side. So what is the meaning of side angle side? Let's suppose we have the two triangle name as the A, B and C, and P, Q and R. This side is the 2x, again we have this side is the 2x, ratio are the equal, and this side is the 4x, this side is the 4x. And if we said that this angle is equal to this angle, then we will call that using the side angle side rule, these two triangle are congruent. But at the place of this triangle, this angle, we will say angle C is equal to angle R. Then these two triangles are not similar by the side angle side, because when you will see in this rule side angle side, the angle lies between the two sides. But here one side and other side, and angle lies here. If we include this ratio of this side, then we will only say that it is the similar. So someone get to confuse that if we have the two sides, ratio of two sides and one angle is we have given, then we will call the similar using the SAS. But no, you have to also understand that angle should be included or lies between the two sides, then only you could say. So I think you get to understood. Now I am going to move over solving the question like this one, and then we have to next solve this exercise. Now how you will solve? So as we know that we have given that triangle ODC is similar to triangle OBA. So as we have given that triangle ODC is similar to triangle OBA. So what can you write here using the CPST? Because the two triangles are similar, then you could use the concept of CPST. So through the concept of CPST, angle O is equal to angle O, angle D is equal to angle B, and then angle C is equal to angle A. Here you have to write due to CPST congruent part, a corresponding part of congruent triangle. So now what we have to find? We have to find angle DOC. Angle DOC, this one angle. So if you will see that angle DOC plus of angle 125 is equal to going to 180 by the linear pair, because the DB is in a straight line. This is why this, and which you have already studied in the class 9. So angle DOC is going to 100 minus 125, and angle DOC is going what we have. Now we find this one. Now we have to find the DCO. D DCO. So as we get that angle, as we know that angle DOC plus of angle OCD, DCO plus of angle 70 is equal to 70 is equal to 180 by the angle sum property. So as we know that DOC which is the 55 already we get from here, and angle DCO and then 70, then it is going to 180. Now angle DCO which we have to find, which is going to the 55 plus 180 minus of 70. So angle DCO plus 55 is equal to 110. Now we have this one. Now we have to subtract this one also. So DCO is going to 110 minus 55. So angle DCO again we get, which is a 55. Now the third question for you that you have to solve using your mind. I had already solved the 2-1. Now I am going to move this one. This is also a similar concept which you have to use the concept of similarity somewhere. Now solving the third question of this. So we have diagonal AC and BD. Diagonal, I am talking about the diagonal AC and BD of a trapezium ABCD. So we have given that ABCD is a trapezium. So now make a figure. Now we know that the trapezium look like this. So we have the trapezium named as A, B, C and D. Now we know that the diagonal AC, that means this one is a diagonal and this one is a diagonal. Okay. Diagonal AC BD of a trapezium ABCD with AB is parallel to DC. That means this side is parallel to this side and intersect each other at O. That means diagonal ABAC and BD intersects here, and name this point as the O. We have given here. And using the similarity criteria of the two triangle, so that AO OA, to prove, we have to prove that using the similarity concept that OA by OC is equal to OB by OD. So how will you prove this one? Now we have to prove this one. So how will you prove? As we know that AB is parallel to the DC. Now if you know that this triangle, this is so in triangle AOB and COD. So we have the two triangle AOB and the COD. If you able to see that angle AOB which is equal to angle COD. Why? Due to the vertically opposite angle. You know that this one angle is going to this one angle by vertically opposite angle, and now you also know that angle ODC is going to equal OBA. Why? Alternate interior angle, because we know that DC is parallel to the AB, then this angle is going to this angle. So ODC is going to equal OBA, and now we also know that angle BAO is going to equal to the angle DCO by the alternate interior angle. So in these two triangle we get that this one angle is equal to this one angle, and this one angle is equal to this one angle, and this one is this one. So in these two triangle you could say that by the angle triple angle property, these two triangle are the similar, because already I have teach you the three rule: side, angle, and then side. So using this one rule you could say these two triangle are congruent, so similar. Then you could write here the triangle AOB is similar to triangle triangle COD. Triangle COD. So if as we get that triangle AOB is similar to COD, so using the BPD you could write here the AO by CO is equal to OB by OD and AB by CD. So you could write this thing, and when you will see this part AO by CO which is equal to OB by OD, and this is what we have to prove. So as you able to understand how we have to use the concept of similarity, and now get to the answer, and as we get the answer that we have to prove, and I think you got it, and this is very easy question and very interesting also. And now solving the third question. Now in this question we have to construct the figure first, then we will able to solve this one clearly. So now we have figure like this one, named as the T, and then we have name as the Q, and then R, and as we get a line like this, name as the S, and this one, and name this angle as 1 we have given here, and angle here the 2, and here we will get name as the P. So as you able to see here the diagram. Now what we have to prove here, we have to prove that we have to prove. So in this we have given that OR by OS is equal to QT by PR. Given we have here given that QR by QS is equal to OT by PR. We have given, and we have also given that first thing, we have also given that the angle A is equal to angle 2. We have also given that angle A is equal to 2. We have to prove that. We have to prove here that triangle PQS is similar to triangle TQR. So which two triangle you have to prove the similar? Triangle PQS. This one PQS is similar to triangle TQR. So how will you prove? So if you able to see that this one triangle we have to prove which is similar to this one triangle. So how will you prove? So if you will able to see that angle Q is common in both of the triangle. So angle Q is equal to angle Q, which is the common in both the triangle. Now the another thing which you could say that, as we have that QR, this one side QR by QR by QS, and then it's equal to QT by QP by PR, as we have that QR by QS is equal to QT by PR. We have given that, and if you able to see that, we also know that if you able to understand that we have given that angle 1, this one is equal to this one. So through this it will make angle, this triangle is going to be the isosceles triangle, because this angle this one and angle 2 is equal. So this side is going to equal to this side. So we could say that from here you could say that PQ is equal to PR. But if you able to see over a closer observation, and if you try to understand what this is going to say, and if you know the concept of BPT, then you will able to understand that we have the QR is equal to QS, and the QT is equal to RP, and RP we have this one, and RP is equal to QP. So at the place of RP you could write here the QP. Now we have the QR is equal to QS and the PT QT by PR. So this is what this is the converse of BPT, through which you could say that PS is parallel to QT. PS is parallel to RT. So using the converse of BPT from here, due to converse of BPT, that PS is parallel to RT. Now you could say here from here now. Now as we get to understand that PS is parallel to the RT, then what can you other thing which you can say? Now when you get that PS is parallel to the RT, so this one angle name as the TRS is going to equal PRS, going to equal PSR, PSQ. Why? The corresponding angle of a corresponding angle, it is called yes, corresponding angle, because this line is parallel to this line, and this angle is going to equal to this angle by the corresponding angle. So as we get now, this angle is going to equal to this angle, and this angle is the common. So using, we have already studied the three rule: side angle side, side, and angle side. And also I have tell you that angle can be written as the angle also, because the another one will be also remains the equal. So using the angle property, you could say that a triangle PQS is similar to triangle PQR, and this is what we have to prove. And I think you get to understand that we have to prove and how we have to prove. And thank you for today.